What is the purpose of education? I think the purpose of education is to enlighten and enrich people and make their lives better for whatever situation that they're in particular. It's very subjective, pretty subjective. And I think that the purpose of education is to better the lives of individuals in their situation and to also make them adaptable for other situations. No, that's not the purpose of education. The purpose of education is to enlighten, enrich, and make an individual lives better for himself, his family, his society, and for his nation. That's what I think it is. In the sense that, oh, I don't know in what sense really, but that's what I just think. Public education. Okay, what is the purpose of public education? Purpose of public education in the United States, or at least rather what I think the purpose of education in the United States. If the purpose from the very beginning was to like educate people to make them better individuals for the for the whole nation, I don't think we're doing that at all. I think we're building, or rather raising children to become workers for Wall Street. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm a little anti-Wall Street in general, but that's what I think it is. I think that's what today's public education is for, is to make workers for the office, which is kind of ironic because I now work in an office. So I'm just, but I didn't go to public education. So we'll call it a tie. Yeah. Who does it benefit? Who does it not? I think education benefits those who want it, and for those who are rich, or not rich, but like more well off. It's subjectively more well off. I think education can benefit everyone, but I don't think that education is for everyone. And I think that we need to realize that not everyone is supposed to go into academia or go to college. Not in the sense of like, oh, you're an idiot, you're not smart. No, it's just a sense of you just don't have to go there. Stop forcing everyone, or stop telling everyone, go to college, you get a job. It's not, no, it is not. Nah, it's not that simple. It's not that easy just to go to college and boom, you get a job. No. I think my purpose as an educator is to make the strange familiar and familiar strange. Okay. So for example, they may look at some other culture, for example, like we'll pick France, right? How many Parisians or people from France, in general speaking, they give 2 kisses on the cheek, and a lot of American children might say, hey, that's really weird, or that's a weird custom to do. And I say, what do you mean by weird? Weird for you or weird for them? Because that's the way they were raised. In the same sense of how we give handshakes as a normal gesture to introduce ourselves, they do that in Japan, but it's more common to bow. So what's weird? What's the weird thing, And I want them to learn or understand the fact that what you think is weird is your definition of weird. What they think is weird is their definition of weird. So weird is subjective, not some sort of definitive thing. And I think I also want my students to be critical of their scenario, just like James Baldwin to an extent. I think that if you're not critical of where you are in the scenario, of yourself, of your situation, of your family, friends, whole bunch of other things, then kind of what is the point? You kind of become stagnant and you just you're not growing. Growing, which segues into John Dewey, which is something I also believe in. I think that for myself as an educator, my purpose is to educate children in a way that they want to learn. I want my kids to own the information. I want them to own the information. I don't want them to state, oh, Mr. Olivier told me this, so therefore this is what it is. No, I want them to say, I know this information because I know it. Or if I taught them some information, they're able to own it in a sense of like as if they knew it from the very beginning. I don't want them to look at me as some sort of know-all, be-all something. I'm a human being. Oh my goodness, I'm a human being. That knows all the answers to every single question they have. I want them to look at themselves and say, can I find it on my own? Can I do this on my own? If I can't, then ask for help. I think that being obedient is good and bad in the sense of, you do a good job, at work to an extent, you should be obedient. If you do a good job, then you do a good job. You do what you're supposed to do, get your grades, do your thing, and just move on. But I think that being also critical of your situation, of your job, is also important as an educator, in the sense that if your principal or if some higher up says, hey, you should pass, we need to pass a couple kids because we need that budget pass, right? And now you're stuck with the moral conviction. Do you be obedient and listen to your supervisor, or do you be somewhat critical and say, is this right or wrong? My situation, I like to think I would do the right thing, but I am not in that situation, so I don't know. My philosophy of education is to accept my students as they are, but before they leave, make them into the better selves that they can be, or help them to be the best they can be. So if I get a Christina come to my classroom, I want to accept her as Christina the way she is, whatever she is, her issue or problems. But before she leaves, she's going to be the best Christina that she could be at that point. And when she moves on to the next point or the next stage, she's ready to be a better and more mature and smarter Christina. That's what I think my purpose of education is. That's my philosophy of education. My philosophy of education is to accept students as they are, whatever they are, whatever they look like, and to make them into a better them. So if I get a John Dewey, I accept him as John Dewey as he is, but I'm going to see that he becomes a better John Dewey. I don't want to make mini-me's or anything like that, because people like me are just all right. So yeah, that's my philosophy. My philosophy is to accept students and children as they are, but teach them in a way that they own the information and own the knowledge, and to help them become better of themselves. So that's it. I have no ending to this whatsoever, so I'm just gonna drop the camera or something. Hope you enjoyed the video, but I'm actually in my office doing this. I mean, I did a whole another video beforehand, so, and I messed up because the audio got messed up with it. So, all right, bye.